Hey guys, welcome to my channel, All Things Most Fabulous. Yes, guys, it's been a while, but okay, we are here now, and it's story time. To everyone that have subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing, and to our newbies, welcome home. Welcome to all the fabulous people in the world. Yes, so today it's story time. We're gonna take you through we're gonna take you down memory lane. And I've got a special guest today. I've got a special guest today. He agreed, guys, to join me on my channel today. And we're going to tell you guys our love story. Right, babe?
Yes.
He's very shy, guys, but, hopefully he'll melt when we are into it. Ne?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, what are we going to start with? How we met. So, according to you, how did we meet?
We met in January 2007, and we were both studying at that time at Tech CPUT. So we met. How I met Musa, I actually was coming back from my in-service training to do my third year at the time. So I actually
Why is it so dark? Sorry.
I was going to the residence where I was gonna return to stay at Freedom Square. So Musa was the residence coordinator, so the person who's in charge of giving you the room allocation, assessing the house parents and stuff like that. So that's how I met her. So I walked into the room and there she was,
Your girl.
there she was, wearing, I still remember she was wearing a blue top, silk material, and she was also wearing a blue sort of three-quarter sort of pants. And she had like blue flopsy also at that time. So
wow, I don't even remember my outfit.
Yeah, so I met her that day. So went to get my room, and started talking there, whatever. So got my room, everything, and got sorted out. And
wait. Even before, well, on my side, right, when I saw him, the first thing, he had such a beautiful smile. He still does. But that's the first thing that I actually noticed about him. He had such a warm smile. And the first thing I said, yo, ismile esihle kangaka. Did I say that? Or did I say, yo, I put in a smile esihle, but something along those lines, just to like acknowledging that he has a beautiful smile. Oh, and then he was shy. And then he kept on smiling, It's like he was luring me to his life. Yes, babe, and then
so we get a little bit shy, I'm just we always have to work hard. So
I wonder if that wasn't actually a leap year. Was it a leap year? Because I was the one that made a move. It wasn't a move, but I mean, I was the one that
just
started
gave me
the
a
comment.
compliment. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And then that was 2007. We became friends, like really good friends. We were very close. We shared the same likes, same music. What else did we share? We liked more or less the same things, So we started exchanging music. We started like going out, movies as well. So it was actually quite nice. I enjoyed it. But we became like in a relationship around about June, July, right? When we made it like official that we were actually dating in the same year. So we had like a good 6 months of just getting to know each other. So that was quite something.
Yeah, we're not going to go into the details.
We're not going to get into the details. So yeah, so what else? So we dated from 2007 up until 2011.
Yeah, we got
No,
no this
2011. Oh, okay.
2012. We got engaged 2012, got married 2013. Yeah.
But I know you proposed to me December 2011. So that was like the
yeah,
midnight
okay,
of 2012.
yeah, yeah.
So we dated from 2007 up until like 2011. So how he proposed? Well, actually, firstly, like the challenges of your relationship. So that's like how many years? 6 years? 5 years?
What married?
No. Your relationship from 2007 to 2011. 8, 9, 10, 11. 4.
Yeah. Well, it's over that.
Yeah, so like 4 years of just being in a relationship, and just the challenges of it when you came from a relationship where you were cheated on, um, any kind of relationship that was toxic, really. I think that was the baggage I brought into our relationships, our relationship, and I was a little bit paranoid because my previous boyfriend cheated on me. So after that, yeah, so I brought like baggages into our relationship, just checking on his phone, and yeah, that was, yeah, always like kind of thinking that he was cheating and that wasn't actually cool on his side. But how did you nip it in the bud, babe? How did you like tell me?
Oh, in terms, no, like everything. I think it's more communication, and you just. I also allowed you to be who you are, So, I kind of understood, but I just needed to earn the trust, and so it kind of worked itself that way, So yeah.
Okay.
So I gave you that trust, and I didn't go through your phone. I didn't do that stuff. So I just kept being myself, man. So yeah.
And I mean, it helped quite a lot because whatever he done, he would reflect himself, and I would see that it was actually not a bad thing to actually do. So if he were not to do the same thing that I was doing, I was like, why am I doing it? It feels like I'm the only one that's crazy in this relationship. But otherwise, I think I've toned down from what I used to be till now. Oh my goodness. And then we got engaged. Am I going to tell the engagement story?
Yeah.
So, it is December 2011 on the 31st of December, right? And we were just going around, driving around town in the East London. Not in the east of the Londons, but it wasn't. Beachfront, East London. And we were just driving around, cruising around, and we went to malls. We were just having like a nice relaxed date that day. And we went back home. But now, like round about 10 o'clock, he wanted us to go back to the beachfront for the countdown for the following year, 2012. And I'm like, we went to the beach already. Why would you want us to go to the beach? But it's like, no, man, Jay, just, get a feel in terms of how effective, yes, a beachfront is, because we're both not people that is out there in terms of parties and all of those kind of stuff. So I thought, okay, we have a car, let's do it. No?
Yep.
Okay. And then we get there round about 11:30. Or was it actually 11:15? Because he was actually panicking because we were stuck in traffic that day. You remember?
Yeah, because it was that time of the night.
It was that time of the night. Everybody's going to
the beachfront, yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's just going to the beachfront and whatnot. So we were held in traffic. Anyway, our baby's crying. Hold on. Oh, So as I was saying, before we were interrupted by our gorgeous last born, so stuck in traffic, we want to get to the beachfront, and we get there around about like 9:45 to. And remember, we have to get there and look for parking. And I think that was the most stressful for you, the fact that we had to look for parking, right?
Yeah, no, but yeah, because it's normally very full at that time. So
Yeah. So we get there. Thank goodness we find parking and we park there. We get out at about like 5 to 12. We take a stroll down and whatever. And then we find a spot. Ne?
Yeah, we actually sat down
Uh-huh.
at the beach front.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we just waited for just talked and waited for the countdown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then during the countdown, then I propose.
You didn't go you didn't go down on your knee. And I think it was the place where we were at. There wasn't.
No. I think we were sitting down because we were sitting in a very high place. So it was the beach, usually the beach
Right
at the
there
bottom.
at the
So we were
bottom.
sitting there. So yeah. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So he didn't guga, guys, but he popped the question, honey. Okay, he popped the question, and I don't even think it took long for me to respond. Was it just an immediate yes, or was it like tapaloring?
I don't remember the final details.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I
was a
said yes to this gorgeous looking man, and for the fact that he was willing to make a wife out of me. Yeah, but I never thought in my wildest dreams I could get married. We've got an additional member, our little baby girl. Yeah. Then I think the question. Well, Umama like found out, and then they had like their first conversation with Umkwenyana YK. Yeah, but I think the question really is to find out how did you know I was the one?
Oh, okay. Now I think from my side, it took a lot of prayer. I think it's the one thing that I did is to actually pray, because it's very difficult, and to tell yourself as a person that that is the one. So I kind of felt it, but I needed to pray and fast and really ask God about it. So when God confirmed it, it's when I proposed. So yeah, because something can be beautiful, but it's not from God, or it's not the way God wants to go. So I needed to make sure, and for me that is my way that I did it. For me, it worked for me, so it works differently for other people. Okay, that's how I did it.
Yeah. And I think just to give an advice in terms of youth, when it comes to I think getting to know whether the person is the one, I think premarital counseling as well. Like once you get engaged, go to a premarital course or class so that you can get to know each other on a more deeper level, more spiritual level as well, because the word of God says you must be equally yoked, right? And also asking questions like the questions, the finance, how would you handle the finance together? How would you if he would soul ties as well?
All those things, family, how do you handle family? Conflict. So it's premarital is very good. It's very good.
Yeah.
When done properly, it's very good.
And I think the other advice that I would also give, correct me if I'm wrong, but to be friends is I think it's more important in a marriage or this kind of dynamic. Be friends with your partner, because not that love runs out, but I've seen it within our marriage, like whenever that we feel like that love, our love languages are not the same, but we still remain friends, we still remain buddy with each other, so yeah, that's what I would advise. And then fast forward 2012, was it 20? No,
we got married.
We got married 2013 in March.
Yeah.
So the 28th of March, it's tomorrow. Well, it's today for you guys that are watching today. So we got married on the 28th of March, a white wedding, and it was just our family. Why did we choose it that way? Because
It's alright. For me, it's like this whole Corona thing. I think it's a perfect time to get married. You know, people that were supposed to get married.
do your thing, man.
It was a perfect time now before the lockdown, but
Yeah.
you know, so you can invite your own family, you save on costs. So yeah, it's a perfect thing. So for me, it was about that, man. You know, just have just
Intimate.
family and keep it intimate. You know, and really have those people that you really know
Yeah.
they for you, man.
That
You know, because with people in general, you never know. You know, so
Yeah.
it was just just a decision that we make just to have family. You know,
Yeah.
and also to cut costs. The cost part, I'm not gonna go away from it.
Yes,
Cut costs because you see,
do
because the
what
thing is,
fits to your pocket.
we tend to throw these big weddings and entertain people. You want a fairy tale wedding, but your pocket doesn't allow you to.
Yeah.
So we kind of had to look at our pocket, look at what a budget, because you know. And I always used to tell my wife at that time, I'm not gonna do a wedding after we get married. It's a big
Living in
wedding. We
debt.
go and we debt. When I open the fridge on payday, it's
What?
empty. Then I start getting angry and start fighting with her for no reason. After the first month of marriage, so I said, I'm not going down that route. So, you know, we decided to go what suits our pocket. Regardless what everybody said, we went with our own thing. So that was it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and exactly what you just said. Now we wanted to keep it short. We wanted to keep it intimate, not short but intimate, like togetherness. Yeah, one with our families and whatnot. And the other thing is, before we actually got married on that day, you were living in Joburg, I was in Cape Town, and we had to do the wedding in the Eastern Cape, right? And we just let our parents organize everything. So I wasn't fussy about, no, mommy, I want pink flowers. No, mommy, I want that. There's nothing wrong with that. But now we're telling our story now. I'm not a fussy person. And I mean, both our parents were just like running with it. And we really appreciate our parents for doing that for us, because you're planning a wedding because I mean, we're in 3 different cities.
Yeah.
So that was very cool for our parents to do that. And yeah, I mean, years down the line, we are 7 years tomorrow.
Yes, 7 years married. Yeah.
Today, 28th of March, we're 7 years married.
Yay, 3 children later.
And 3 children later, and I'm still looking gorgeous. I mean, stop. And he still has this gorgeous smile that I keep on falling in love with every single day. And I mean, each and every one of our children has his smile. Like, they kill you with a smile, honey. So yeah, guys. In terms of marriage, like challenges in our marriage, and communication, I would say, would be priority or be key when it comes to marriage, right? And keeping an open book, be open and vulnerable with one another, right? What else would you say?
Marriage is not easy. It's like any relationship, just a relationship, having 2 people, whether it's friends or whatever, or work, it's not easy because you've got 2 different people who've grown out, they've grown up probably with 2 different cultures. You can be the same race, but
Yeah.
2 different cultures, 2 different upbringings. So it's not easy bringing 2 people. So I think that's the most challenging part that you keep on facing, because you're trying to, because the Bible talks about one flesh, then you become one. So you're trying to take these 2 people and you're trying to form, one flesh and one thing, and with all these 2 different experience, so it's very hard. Just that particular thing on a marriage. It's a daily thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a daily thing. But yeah, like my wife said, it's about, you know, communicating, you know, and you know, having respect for the other person. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I think, you know, you don't have to. It's okay not to agree on certain things. You know,
Can
in
agree
terms
to
of,
disagree.
you know, in certain things, but you know, so because she might prefer things a certain way or like something a certain way, I like a certain way, and that is me and that is her, and that becomes difficult. But you know, certain things that, you know, we that don't matter, that don't involve our vision and our purpose as a family together. You know, because those we have to be in one accord, we have to be in agreement on those ones.
Yeah.
But there's certain things, small things that don't matter, man. You know, whether she likes tea, I like coffee. She wants to make me coffee, I don't want to make her tea. So you know, so those type of things don't matter. So, but I think it's a beautiful thing, and it takes work. And I think for me, what I've learned the hard way also is that even marriage, like anything, like sport, like work, you know, you need to put in the work.
Yeah.
Because most of the times we tend to think it was just gonna work by itself.
Yeah.
Where else we put in work and everything else. We put in overtime at work. We put in extra hours in sport. You know, we do all these things for our businesses. You know, you put the extra time, but for your marriage, you don't want to do the same.
Yeah.
So I kind of learning now, you know, that you also need to put some time in your marriage purposefully and go through stuff and do things together and you know, ask the difficult questions and the questions that are you know, they're not comfortable, you know, so you have to sort of so that's it. It's a journey. It's not perfect. No marriage is perfect. I think you know, we don't have a perfect marriage. We're far from being perfect.
That's
you know,
right.
and so but at least it's beautiful. We enjoy it with the imperfections, with the flaws, with the fights, with the arguments. You know, it's okay. You know, it's okay. We enjoy it. It doesn't mean that, you know, yes, we also have financial strains. We've got all of this. We disagree, but it's okay. It doesn't mean that because we've got that part in the marriage that the marriage is not beautiful. It's beautiful because I think that's part of growing up in the marriage and in the relationships, you know. And I think for me, I think that's it.
You know, while you're talking, I'm just having a picture of a rose, right? So if you've got like a stem with a rose with the petals, that's exactly how I find marriage, you know. The stems has a little bit of thorns in them, right? But the petals is so beautiful. People normally would smell the petals and all of these kind of things. So when a person looks at a marriage, it's not about just the petals, how they look, how they smell and whatever. It's about like the whole entire rose that comes with it. So if you want to grow that rose, you have to put the stem in water so that the stem can be able to take in water so that it can be able to grow petals to a nice beautiful flower, you know. So I think that's how marriage is. And I mean, also we are Christians as well, and you know, through those difficult times as well, we find ourselves very often being at God's feet. That's what I would advise now in terms of the wife's side, you know. Always be on your knees and praying to God about everything and anything, you know. Your children, your husband, your people around you, your home, you know. And I mean, for him, even with Zwaya as well, that's you. You know, you pray about everything and anything. And it's not an easy journey. It's definitely not an easy journey, but it's something very beautiful that God created. He said we must become like Him. So it's Christ and the church. So now in our household, Zwei is the Christ of our home, and I am the bride. You know, so and we are one flesh of God, right? And
look, and it's not about being perfect. I think, you know, we don't even strive to be perfect, but we persevere more than anything. You know, I think even with marriage, it's about perseverance, not giving up, through your fights, through your struggles.
Yeah.
You still keep it together. I was saying to my wife, and the biggest challenge with this 21 days, I was actually worried because I've never spent this time with my wife, with my children, at least, you go to work and then you come back, you spend a couple of hours, with everybody. Now 24/7, we're all here, we are locked down. I said, this is gonna be a challenge. Not necessarily that, we don't normally go out, we don't go out much in terms of, partying and doing also, we don't do that. So we normally are indoors in any case. Even weekends, we're at home or we're going away as a family. So we're always doing things together. So that's not an issue. But being 24/7 locked down, so it's a different issue. It's a different story. And we're going to have to see how we navigate around it. And I think it's one of those things where, I think it's different strokes for different folks. But also for us, it's going to be a challenge. But it's a beautiful challenge also. It's really, we're going to really make it nice and fun.
Yes.
So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. So good
Most
luck to
definitely.
everybody, to all the couples
Yes,
that are staying 21 days, so yeah.
Yeah, good luck and God bless each and every marriage. God bless each and every household at this time. And guys, please sanitize, wash your hands, do the necessary stuff, The word of God says we should be able to respect our authority. And I mean, the president has spoken that we should just abide according to what is happening. So abide by his rules, and I mean with Christ as well. If he commands something, we ought to do it, And yeah, man. I guess with marriages, like, be creative. Do something, whatever it is. Like, don't be angry when one person is in the other room and the other person is in the other room and be like, we're not spending time with each other, whatever. Make sure you also give your spouse space.
Yep.
Give your spouse space as well. It's so important. And whatever it is that they need to do, if he likes listening to music, give that time to him. If I want to, journal or spend time with the kids alone, because I like engaging with my kids alone. So yeah, man. Otherwise, that's it from
guys,
us.
So it's a beautiful time for us. We're spending our anniversary. We under lockdown, so.
Yes. So you be my quarantine, baby.
Do you want to be my quarantine? So, it's beautiful because it's also changing the mindset, that, when you're celebrating something, you need to go out. You need to have money. You need to do this. We're staying at home. We're going to use what we have. We're going to have fun at home.
Yeah.
Cook food at home. Whatever we do, we use, so it doesn't need. So I think it changes the mindset also.
Yeah.
Not to always look at things, presents and stuff, So it's good for me that I can't even go buy a present.
You should have prepared. We both should have prepared to buy a present for
No. I needed to stay away from the shops long time.
Wow.
So, but anyway, it's good that, it's more about us.
Yeah.
Not what we have or what we can do. So that's a beautiful thing. It's a new thing. I think it's a new thing. So it's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, and God is trying to show us our idols, guys. If idols, presents, money, and all of these kind of things, like, allow God to show you the idols so that you can be able to let go of those idols, and concentrate only on Him. But anyway, let's end the video. The time is up. So before the other boys, right on time, they are up. We love you guys. Subscribe, like, comment, share your stories, guys, with us, so that we can be a loving community and loving on each other. I'm not promising any videos every week, but I'll see what I can do. Maybe I might have a video with Jobs. He's so angry that he wasn't on the video. But guys, keep well. We love you very much. From the Jakuja. Bye.